Howdy folks, it's Cowboy Roy here. Good morning to you from near the border of Texas. Southern border, that is. The current administration has put through executive orders and mandates causing the release of immigrants who came into this state and others through illegal means by being smuggled here by illicit individuals not looking out for their personal welfare or their personal benefit. They've done this in such a haste that they did not do any testing for the current illness issue. This can be a grave health risk and safety risk for themselves and for all citizens that they come in contact with. These people come across those southern borders often at their own peril because of the people bringing them. They are coaxed into doing so, thinking that things will be better, and a lot of them never make it. They perish for assorted different reasons. Now this administration wants to open the border wide, letting whomever come across without any sort of checks. For example, during the administration that ended in 2016, families to the south of us across the numerous different nations were sending their children by themselves to come with other peoples under the guise of family units, even though they weren't their families. The federal agents, young men and women who are bilingual, would question the kids and ask them. They said, "No, this is not my family." And tell them where they actually came from, including all those that supposedly hiked all the way from Venezuela when it was a bunch of Guatemalans that were hauled to the different photo ops in buses, paid by for assorted governments and assorted officials within the northeast areas of this here country. Anyway, if federal agencies are not allowed to look out for the safety and to continue a good job of catching illegal items, including millions of tons of drugs that cross that border each year, thousands of which are caught by our great border protection agents and other agencies, carried by mules on their backs, or at least people called mules, hauling 100-pound backpacks, or in different sorts of vehicles and such, some of which I've seen the things busted open. I've also seen about a 12-year-old girl who was found in the back of a Tahoe under a stack of hay bales. I seriously doubt the child was there under her own desires. That was found at a checkpoint I regularly pass through. All those that think things are however you see on the media, you're not here. You're not amongst it. I'm in the Rio Grande right now. The Rio Grande Valley, about 30 miles from Mexico. Not only do I see things myself, I come to a location where I deal with different gentlemen that work throughout this area and tell me things that they come across and how occasionally they have fear for their own lives when they stumble amongst a whole dozen people hiding out somewhere where they have gone to have to do their job. A lot of people are just looking for a better life, and that's very understandable. That's how my ancestors came in the 1840s and 1850s. There was a strong bunch of people that settled this land. They didn't come looking for a handout. They had a battle against the natives who were trying to keep their own land. They weren't trying to fight them. They were just trying to live. So they wound up battling one another. Some of them were even kidnapped and managed to survive 9 years with them. What each border state needs, in my personal opinion, is to work together and set up their own border protection agencies. What we can do is reach out to our representatives, all of our different state and local law enforcement agencies, and put a little bug in their ear to tell them maybe we should consider such things. I'm sure there's lots of veterans needing work, and maybe even a lot of people within federal agencies that are winding up short on work because they are being decommissioned by some people who don't want to research into the facts. So on these and all other issues that you have concern about, as for legislation or legislation that you personally approve and like, let's try to contact by phone and letter our representatives to tell them how we support good things we're doing and how we don't support, and ask them to not pass other things coming about, and let them know how we don't like things that have already been passed because we were unaware, because they were sneaking them through. All these things that lobbyists are paying them to push through for major corporations. For example, the very ones that we get our messages out through. Thank you all. May you be blessed. Be a blessing to others.